Life can be very hard sometimes. We all face challenges and struggles. These battles can make us feel weak. You might feel like you are the only one going through such pain, but you are not alone in this feeling. Many people carry heavy burdens quietly. They smile on the outside but hurt inside. This is part of being human in a broken world. You might be fighting an addiction today. It feels like a giant you cannot beat, or perhaps anger often boils up inside you. Loneliness might be your constant companion. Maybe abandonment from the past still stings. These are real struggles and they are painful. God understands this. Fear might whisper worries about your future. Sadness can settle over your heart like a fog. But I want to share some wonderful news. There is incredible hope available to you. God offers us a powerful solution. In 2 Corinthians 12:9, we find a profound truth. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. This means that in our weakest moments, God's strength is most evident. We don't have to rely on our own strength. God's grace is more than enough to carry us through. So, when you feel overwhelmed, remember this promise. There is strength in your weakness and hope in your struggles. Trust in God's grace, and you will find the strength to overcome. The Apostle Paul was given this message. God told him, "My grace is sufficient for you." Grace is God's amazing, loving kindness. It is His mercy and favor. It is something we do not earn. He gives it freely because He loves us. It is His supernatural help. It is always available to you no matter what you're facing today. The word sufficient is also key here. It means God's grace is enough. It is more than enough, actually. It will meet every single need you have. His grace is not a small trickle. It is like a mighty flowing river. It is abundant and overflowing. Whatever pain or weakness you feel, His grace is precisely what you need. The verse continues, "For my power is made perfect in weakness." When we admit our weaknesses, that is when His power steps in. This is a wonderful, life-changing truth. Addiction is a very powerful struggle. It can feel like you are in chains. You desperately want to be free, but the pull can be so strong. Sometimes you may stumble and fall. This is often called a relapse. When this happens, shame can rush in. You might feel like a failure. You might think God is disappointed. But that is not the end of the story. God's grace is there for you, especially in those difficult moments. His grace is truly sufficient, even then. His loving kindness does not run out. His mercy is new every single morning. Surrender your struggle to Him daily. It is not about your willpower alone. It is about His power working in you. Let His perfect power help you heal, one step, one moment at a time. Anger can be like a raging fire. It can damage your relationships. His strength is made perfect here. Trust in His grace to calm the storm within you. Allow His peace to replace the anger. His grace is sufficient for all your struggles. Abandonment can leave a deep, aching void. This kind of emotional pain is very real. It can be one of the hardest to bear. God sees your heart in these moments. He knows the depth of your hurt. He cares deeply about your feelings. God makes a wonderful promise. He says, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." He is always with you, friend. His presence is a constant reality. His grace is sufficient to fill that emptiness. His love can be a healing balm. He's the friend who sticks closer than a brother. In His presence, you are never truly alone. Fear can wrap its icy fingers around your heart. Worry can become a constant hum in your mind. God invites you to cast your cares on Him. His grace is sufficient for these too. Trust Him to be your rock. He will never let you down. Sadness is a natural human emotion. It can visit any of us at times. Sometimes, though, it lingers too long. Depression can feel like a heavy blanket. It can smother your hope and energy. Everything can look grey and joyless. It is hard to see any light ahead. Please know you're not flawed or bad. You're not failing for feeling this way. God wants you to understand something important. It is perfectly okay to acknowledge your pain. Don't try to hide your sadness from Him. Allow His grace to gently touch those tender places. His comfort is real, personal, and healing. His power can gradually lift the darkness. He is the God of all comfort. He brings his healing light into the shadows. There are times in life when we feel lost, utterly and completely directionless. Trust in God's loving and faithful guidance. Embracing weakness, experiencing true strength. This is the power of God's grace. We have talked about many deep struggles, addiction, anger, and the pain of loneliness, the sting of abandonment and gripping fear, the weight of sadness and depression, the constant hum of worry, and that unsettling feeling of being lost. These are common human experiences. They often make us feel incredibly weak, and that is perfectly all right. The amazing truth is found in 2 Corinthians 12, verse 9. God's grace is always, always enough. His power, His divine strength. It works best and shows itself most fully. It is perfected right in our weakness. This is a counterintuitive, revolutionary idea. It turns our thinking upside down. It means we don't have to hide our weakness. When you finally embrace your weakness, when you openly admit your need for God, that is the very moment His strength begins to flow. Embrace His grace today.